Hey, what's up, guys? What is going on? Welcome back. Hope y'all are doing well. England versus Slovakia. Can we remove the fact that, can we be honest here that England 90% of this game played like dog shit? Let's be honest. They played absolutely horrible, and yet at the same time, I was so enthralled. I couldn't wait for this. I could not wait for this match to finish. I was really enjoying the match. As monotone as it was flatline. The whole game was flatline. I was very eager. I was really engulfed in the action at what I was watching, and I think I know why, because I've seen most of these players play for a year and a half. They all play in the EPL. That's what I mostly focus on. Liverpool, Manchester United, sometimes Manchester City, Chelsea, Arsenal, right? Even though I'm thinking about not watching Arsenal anymore. I'm pissed, especially with Saka. I don't want to have nothing to do with Arsenal, I think. And that's why I was living it. I felt like I was a fan. I felt very much like I was a fan. I was very upset because that whole half, let's start with that first half, nothing. He didn't change nothing. And you had 45 minutes of just watching England play the same. Nothing was happening until obviously Slovakia ended up scoring their goal. I mean, they were announcing it. They got so many opportunities. Kyle Walker was being had by Harrelson, I think it was, the left winger. A nutmeg, he was caught off, like just really good. Bellingham even had to step in and chop this guy. Really nasty foul. That was absolutely a yellow. I don't know if he got a yellow at the end. England couldn't do anything. And when you saw the goal come, you were like, yeah, that makes sense. It's about time. That makes absolute perfect sense. Why didn't that happen before? It should have happened before. They had many opportunities. Slovakia had many opportunities. And England were just like no desire, no drive, nothing. Except, like I said, a little bit here and there from Bellingham, which was like the heart monitor, like just like the tracing lines, right, of a Holter monitor, like that was Bellingham, or Foden a little bit, right, Mainu as well, just a little bit. Rice, I thought he had a really good match, but you can't really appreciate it and see what Rice is doing, and Palmer when he came in. But let's be honest, for maybe 20 minutes, Palmer started injecting that much needed vertical direction, but afterwards he kind of just fell back and just got a little bit too comfortable. I guess those were the indications that he was getting, but he wasn't driving forwards like he was in the beginning. So I don't get this. I don't get how like 45 minutes you have the chance to change and then you come out in the second half with the same exact team. Mind blowing. You can't make that up. Are you kidding me? Did you not see that first half? Nothing was happening. It was stale bread. Nothing was happening. Saka, for the love of God, you are not a winger. Saka's not a winger. I'm convinced he's not a winger. He's a fullback. Not because he had a great game. I mean, he did his job as a left or right back. I thought he did really well. But just the way he plays, when you look at him, I've said this before, when you look at him play for Arsenal, he's one-dimensional. He's very linear. He's so limited. He has no capacity to be up in the front. And the only reason he's actually scoring those 15 goals that he got last season was because he's playing game after game. And he plays almost the entirety. Arteta makes him play the whole game. Of course, you're going to be able to score at some point. And then he's designated to penalties. Like, what is going on here? Never put this guy as a winger. I'm sorry. And of course, it's not going to change. I get that. He's there to stay as a winger, right? But he did nothing. He had ample amounts of space to be able to run and take the guy down the line. You're fast, you're strong, you're quick. Why not do that every single time going backwards? As if he was a fullback. That's what a fullback would do. Trying to look for the winger, trying to look for the for Bellingham, for Foden. Every single time, and then just looking for fouls that weren't there, not controlling the ball well. Like, you have that physique. Like, no, just I'm done. His decision making is zero. It's nil. Like, he's got no striker acumen whatsoever. And then there's Foden. Watching him play, I was thinking how everybody's talking about, like, oh, Foden, he should play as a number 10, this and that. He had times where he was in the center, and there were balls that he was trying to find, I think it was Trippier, or Palmer when he came out. I think it was Palmer or Trippier. And at that point, it has nothing to do with the skill. He's skillful as hell. He's technical as anybody on that pitch. But mentally, he's just not there. He's a very weak, and I don't want to say like I go out there and I'd be strong. I probably would fall victim to that same thing, that pressure, that level of player where the team really absolutely needs you and you have to take charge. You have to take the lead. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that. There was a ball, like I said, to Trippier or something, and just not there, and that's mostly mentally. He just couldn't make the pass. It was a very simple pass, a very training session type of pass, and he just couldn't. He couldn't do that. Like I said, there were moments that he actually did manage to find the gaps and find the spaces, but then there was plays where Palmer came in and he's doing the underlap, and if there's anybody in this team, in this English team, that would make that kind of pass for the underlap, Palmer was going under, and Foden was on the wing to tap it right in front of him. That's something he does every single time in City. If anyone would be capable of doing that, it's Foden. And you see Palmer, like, afterwards he tries to find, Foden tries to find Kane, and the ball goes nowhere. I think somebody ended up hitting the ball, heading the ball out, or clearing it. I don't know, but nothing happened. The play just died right there. If there's anyone that could have done that, and you see Palmer just raising his hands like, yo, you had me. Like, if there's anyone that can make that play, it's you, bro. Like, you could do that in your sleep. What's going on? Well, what's the problem? And like I said, Bellingham was the only one, the one that was trying, that was hustling, that was just pushing. But it was hard. It was difficult. He didn't have that support. He didn't have Foden. He didn't have Saka to be able to feed off him, to be able to make those 1-2. It's just him by himself driving through. And even sometimes he would get right back up. Even after it was a foul, he would still get back up. So absolutely amazing that they tied. Absolutely incredible that they tied this game. And then they ended up winning the game. Incredible. I mean, what can you say about that bicycle? You know, really good flick from Guehi. And Guehi, like, unfortunately, that the first goal for Slovakia, he was at fault. He didn't really clear the ball that well, and he almost committed a foul. Luckily, the guy kept going, the Slovakian player. Otherwise, that was going to be a penalty. The second goal, as soon as extra time, right off the bat, as soon as extra time started, the flick from Ivan Toney and came with a really good header. Nobody really marking him. I mean, that would have been insane. And Kane also missed in the, I think it was in the second half. He missed a huge opportunity right in front of goal. Unlike him, a header right in front of goal. And that shows it right here. Mentality, right? Mentality, dude. Like, mentality. Like, that's something that Kane would never miss. But just the team just already tanked. There was no way of getting back up. There was no way for the team, even for sitters like that, even for opportunities like that need to go 100%. Someone like Kane would make sure that goes into the back of the net. Just having a hard time, having the hardest of time. So I can't believe I'm sitting here and I'm actually saying that England won. England won, and they're on to the quarterfinals. That's insane. This shouldn't have happened. I hope this wakes something up in them. I hope that necessary changes are made with Eza. Eza needs to come in. Even besides Saka, like, start Eza or something. If you're not going to start Palmer, start Eza. You know, Mainu, of course, like he did. That was the only good thing that he changed the lineup. He got Mainu on, you know, including Mainu as a starter. So just crazy. And I feel bad for Slovakia, because Slovakia, I mean, did everything, especially in that first half. That was all Slovakia attacking. And it's incredible to see that Slovakia attacking nonstop. Slovakia just hammering that supposed English defense, right? That amazing English defense. But there was none. I mean, they were playing so open, and they were playing with no desire again, like no want, and almost scared, almost afraid to go up ahead. And who's the one that's going to lead? Who's the one that's actually going to drive? They're looking between each other. Like Kane's not saying anything. The first half, he's just quiet. He's not uttering a word. Not only is he not doing anything up in the front, but he's not even encouraging. He's not talking. There's no communication. There's nothing. No leadership. Nothing at all. You're not going to get that from Saka. You're not going to get that really from Foden. Bellingham is the only one. Bellingham seems like he's the only one. Bellingham is the savior. Bellingham became the savior of this team. You know, absolutely brilliant. That bicycle kick. This is a game that they'll never forget. I mean, if there's a chance that they end up going to the finals, end up being champions, it's going to be because of Bellingham, because of this turning point, that goal, and his efforts too. Like I said, him and Rice, I would say the only salvageable ones. But like you saw, everybody was saying, well, the pundits were saying that Palmer, you know, you got to include Palmer. He's just so different. There's nobody in the team like him with that kind of skill set. No, you saw Palmer afterwards kind of just take it easy, and he's also somewhat limited. He can't do those strong clashes, those strong confrontations with defenders. He's more of a creative type, and he was playing way too on the wing. I mean, maybe that was the instructions, but I wanted him to play a little bit inside, a little bit tucked in the middle. That's where he works best. That's it. That's all I got. Crazy game. I really enjoyed the monotony of this game. I don't know why. Again, I think it's because I'm familiar with a lot of these players. But I was really hooked into this game. This was such a interesting and bizarrely interesting game that I enjoyed. I feel like I have a glutton for punishment or something, for boredom or monotony or something. Thank you so much as always for watching. That's all I have for today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.